Good morning, YouTube. Let's adjust this thing here just a little bit. Aha, better. How are you guys doing today? Welcome to my shop. Welcome to Home Built Workshop. This is episode number 4 of our live hanging out. So welcome. I hope you guys are doing good today and everything is going well. Wags is back. What's up? Hey now. Cool. So I'm trying some different stuff here. I'm streaming from the iPad here to hopefully get better connections. Last week I did a live stream on Facebook. I had a ton of problems. It was challenging. Blackbird's Wrath, howdy dude! What's up? Mark Wilmer, hey, from down under. Right on, welcome. Kind of getting everything configured here so I can see the comments and whatnot while we're hanging out. Hopefully, if we have trouble with this connection, I got my phone mounted right up above, and we might have to switch to that, but I'm hoping that we have no issues this time with our wireless. That seems to be the biggest struggle that I have right now. So, Wags says, how long have I been playing guitar? I'm guessing you mean playing guitar. I've been playing about 20 years probably. Maybe a little bit longer actually, but seriously for probably about 20. I probably started 25 years ago, 25 or so. So, a little while. Yeah. It seems like a long time. It seems kind of crazy when I think about it that it's been that long, really, because it's kind of hard to believe. Time flies. It's nuts. Next thing you know, you blink and it's been 20 years. Crazy. Wags, do you play? Do you play guitar or anything? Just curious. Trying to get these comments to cooperate here. Oh, Wags also says, have you been fixing them that long too? No, I have not. I didn't really start doing anything with repairs. Probably, I maybe 10 or 12 years ago, I would do like little adjustments, small adjustments, just kind of to the action and that sort of thing, truss rod adjustments. But I didn't really try to do anything seriously with repairs until just the last few years. And even then, it was only occasional. But since I started building them a couple years ago, I've gotten a lot farther into doing repairs and that sort of thing. So okay, Wags, you dabble a little bit. Right on, cool. Randy says, "Are you a professional? Am I a professional guitar repair person? Because that's what we're talking about. I do it. It is not my full-time job. It is part of my job, if that makes any sense. It is one thing I do in the work that I do, creating woodworking and building guitars. I also do some repairs, setups, that sort of thing. I don't get into a whole lot of like the restorations, like the real major things. Although I probably will take some of that on. But right now, just little setups, repairs, minor things right now. Just kind of works in with my regular shop workflow. Hope that answers your question. All right. So let's see what is going on around the shop here. I've got a little bit of a mess around here right now. I've got a couple of things going on at the moment. You guys remember the sassafras guitar If you do, remember that. It's one I've been working on, made out of a piece of sassafras. I haven't made a whole lot of progress on that in the last week or so. I'm going to be doing the binding on it tomorrow, and it's kind of just been sitting here. I got to do some sanding on it today, just to get it all ready to go. Probably a couple passes through the drum sander, and then a whole bunch of hand sanding. Tomorrow we're going to be routing it out and putting some binding in this. So that's gonna be kind of cool. It's working on that with a friend of mine. We're gonna do it at his shop, so it's gonna be kind of fun hanging out over there and working on that. So that's one thing I got going on today. Back to the comments. Swag says, wife bought me a cigar box kit. Haven't talked it yet? Tackled it, I'm guessing. That would be cool. A kit, yeah, nice. I've built a few cigar box guitars. I don't know if you've seen any of the videos. I do have them on my channel if you kind of scroll through, if you haven't already watched them. And I've built probably 7, 8, I think, of those guys. I've got another one. I've got a neck and a body for one that I need to put together. That's probably going to be a video project. I'm going to be working on that here before too long. Cigar box guitars are so fun. Just 3 strings or maybe a 4-string, depending on the kit you have. They're just awesome, and they're fun to play. And really, you can build an instrument out of anything. Blackbird says, are you one of a few people where you live who's an expert craftsman? Oh, where I live, yep. If so, do you take pride in it, especially with fewer people being hands-on? I do take pride in it. Being able to build things, fix things, modify things, that sort of thing. I'm proud of that fact. I guess I never really thought about that, but yes, I would say so. Being able to create something with these, right, and the thoughts in your head, and what you have for tools, being able to take those things and make something out of it is it's very satisfying. Yeah, it sure is. Giovanni's here. What's up, buddy? Randy, back to Randy. He says, have you bought a guitar or have you made them all? No, I've bought several. I have quite a few guitars, and I would say still more of mine are bought than I have that are made, but the ones that I play are ones that I've made. I don't hardly play any of my purchased ones. So, yeah. But every time I come up with a new design, or not a new design, but even just a new material or something, that it makes me want to keep it. So then I end up adding more to the collection. Scott's here. What's up, Scott? Scott says, hey, have you started to restore the number 4 plane? I have not yet. I've got a little hold up. So the plane, there's the rod. Thank you. The hold up has nothing to do with the plane. So, and I'll explain that in a minute. Fits fine. I gotta take the rest of it off there, but tomorrow, I think. Tomorrow afternoon. No, I ended up, like I just mentioned, with this guitar, I ended up going to work with a friend tomorrow, and that is a date that I kind of had to stick with, so I have to finish up getting this body ready, which isn't going to be a whole lot before we bind it, but I do need to spend probably a few hours doing some sanding and stuff on it, just getting everything ready. So that kind of got pushed ahead of the hand plane because I do have that time and date set where I need to work on that body. So once I get back from working on that, then I will tackle into this plane. I've got my patterns for the tote all ready to go. All I need to do is make it. And from what I'm seeing, I think it's only going to take, I would imagine it's only going to take maybe an hour or two, a couple hours, maybe an afternoon to get the tote cut, shaped, sanded, and all that sort of thing. And then I got to do the restoration, which it's not going to be that bad. Probably tomorrow afternoon I could have the tote done, and then maybe let's see, tomorrow's Thursday, Friday morning I can, maybe Friday, I can probably get this thing restored. So hopefully by the end of the week, I'll have this thing operational. I'm looking forward to that. Thank you again, my friend. All right. Keith says, what do you use for a clear coat? Have you tried Solarez? I have used several different things for clear coats. The last several guitars I've used a finishing oil that builds. It's made by Crimson Guitars. I don't know if you guys have heard of them. They're over in the UK, but I really like that. You put on more layers and it builds up more, and you can get more of a gloss or less of a gloss depending on how much you put on. But I have used everything from lacquer, just a regular gloss lacquer. I've used satin lacquer. I've used this finishing oil. I've used Danish oil with a poly. I've used polyurethane. I've not ever used Solarez. I've seen cool stuff about it. Chris at Highline Guitars, I believe, uses that quite a bit. I've seen some excellent results he gets with that, and I want to try some of that. I've also got some other. I can't find it here now. Where is it? We've got another water-based clear here. This is put out by the Crystalac company. It's a water-based top coat. Looking forward to trying that. So that is not a sponsored thing. They did send me those samples, but I want to throw that out since I mentioned that they sent me those to try out. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that works. Wag says, will you be going live every Wednesday thing? Yes. I think I will do. I started out originally on a Monday, trying to do Mondays, but I kind of had to shift it to Wednesdays while my daughter was on summer break. It just worked out better for our schedule. But now they're back in school, so really I could do any sort of day. But I'm kind of liking the Wednesday. Might stick with that. Let me know what you think. What day of the week works best for you, and I'll try to keep it the same. Blackbirds. Oh wait, we're skipping here. Sorry about that. Wags says, I go to my local music shop. I'm like a kid in a candy store. I want everything. I feel your pain. I'm the same way. Blackbird says, is there a woodworking project you would never tackle, or would at least be apprehensive about taking on? Kitchen cabinets, probably. And not because they're super difficult. I don't have the space to build them. There's no way I could build these in my little shop here. It would be challenging. I would almost have to build them outside and store them somewhere. I don't know. I would be apprehensive to taking that on. Anything large, for sure. And a lot of that is not due to the complexity, but just due to the size. But also probably, I don't know. Probably just the bigger projects would make me kind of want to stop for a minute and figure out how I'm going to do it, because it would be hard. Randy says, how long does it take to make a guitar? It depends. If I work nonstop, I could probably do one in a week or less. If I don't worry about trying to do video, if I don't worry about doing anything else, if I have everything in order where I can just focus on that, I could have it done in a week or less. It's really not that bad for a solid body electric guitar. It's not. There's a lot of steps, but it is not like building an acoustic instrument where you have to cut all your bracing and everything is super fit. And yeah, but it would probably be a good week. Tuck says, let's get to the point here. We're at the point, buddy. This is what we're doing. My whole reason for these live streams is to be able to hang out with you guys. We can visit, and I'll answer questions if you guys have questions. We kind of just talk about what's going on. It is an awesome time for me to get to know you guys who chose to come in and hang out with me in the shop. This is just in addition to the other things that I like to do on social media, posting and that sort of thing, and also my my regular YouTube videos and some videos I have on Facebook. I just like to be able to spend this time, hang out with you guys. We kind of get to know each other, and some people do prefer to see a project. And I was going to work on something here too, and I may start on it here in a few minutes. Just a little tinkering. I've got a little small restoration thing to do for the house, but I was just going to work on that. I like to have something going on, but really the main point of these videos is for us to hang out and just have a conversation, kind of like we're just hanging out, on the front porch, that sort of thing. Let's see. Blackbird says crafting a wooden sculpture would be daunting. It would, depending on what it is. Chainsaw sculpture would be kind of fun. I've thought about trying that a couple times. And also, do I have a garden, or have I ever tried? Yes. Right now, all I have is a small little 4x4 strawberry patch. I have a bunch of strawberry plants in there. I've done a garden out here. I live in Colorado, for those of you that don't know, in the Colorado Springs area. And it's very hard to garden here. It really is. The humidity level is so low, especially in the summertime, and you have to water and water and water and water and water, and it is very hard. You can't just plant plants and they grow. Like I grew up in Pennsylvania, you could basically plant a garden, and the weather and the humidity would keep your plants alive most of the time. You could do really well. It's not like that out here. It's way harder, way harder. So right now I just have strawberries. I've done some gardening here. I've tried, fairly decent sized one, and it's so hard to keep up and keep everything alive. Hazy Days. Hello, dude. What's up? What's up? Oh, I'm skipping comments. Sorry. John says, how much longer do projects take when you're filming them? Probably twice as long at least. Because I want to try to make sure I cover everything, and yeah, it takes a lot longer. Randy says you should do an AccuStick, or have you? I don't know what that is. Let me know what it is. It might be kind of cool. Hope this works. Our homestead. What's up, brother? Yes, I did schedule the stream because you got the notification. Good. Yes, I scheduled that like 2 weeks ago, right after we got done, and I tried to post also through that community tab on YouTube so that I'm trying to keep you guys in the notifications. So I am glad it worked. I'm glad it helped you. Thanks for popping back in. The poor conservative says, always good to hear what you young guys are doing besides the project videos. Yeah, it's not all about the project videos. I mean, that's a big part of my world, but it is not all of it. So, good, I'm glad you enjoy it. Hazy Days, I build 3-string guitar myself, and I have watched a bunch of your videos. Awesome. Thank you. Right on. How are your instruments going? Have you been playing on them? I hope so. Buck says, I like your home-built workshop design. Well done. Well, thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Tony says, what's your shop size, and how do you keep the dust off everything in a small shop? My shop size is tiny by tiny, and I don't keep the dust off. No, it's I don't know. It's like a couple hundred square feet, if that. And it's very, very small. Actually, it might even be less than that. It might be 100 and something. It's basically a room. Like just an outdoor kind of a storage shed kind of size. I'd have to measure it to get the exact dimensions or square footage, but it's really small. And honestly, I don't keep the dust off. I try to clean as often as possible and do what I can, but yeah, I can't. Hazy Days says it's very hard to film a build. It takes twice as long. Yeah, it does. It is. Oh, poor conservative. I think he meant acoustic. Oh, got you. I got you. Yes, I should do an acoustic. Yes. Okay, that makes sense. Yes, I would like to. I have not done that. Um, I mentioned I'm going to be working on binding this guy tomorrow with a friend of mine. He builds acoustics. So it definitely, I have that knowledge available to me. So down the road, I probably will do that. I know a few people that do acoustic builds. Cruising with MT. What's the size of the room? My room here? I don't know. It's like 10 by 15, 20, 10 by 20 maybe. Yeah, I would say it's really small. Like wall, I can't reach the other wall, but some 6 foot across. I'm measuring really close. Yeah, it's probably 10 by 20. It's 200 square feet. Not very big. It's pretty small, but one thing I'm working on right now, also in the middle of some of these other projects, is I also this room, this area gets used for some storage for home too. So that kind of takes up some space. So I've been going through some of the boxes, cleaning stuff out, and just kind of getting rid of things. You know, we're gonna do like a, I don't know, garage sale or something, just to try to get rid of some stuff, because we build up so many things. You know, so much stuff. At one point, these items were important enough to us, at least so we thought, that we needed to store them in a box and pack them away. But after so many years of them being stored in a box, are they really that important? Yeah, apparently not, right? Because you don't look at them, you even almost forget that they're in there. So I'm in the process of just going through stuff, purging right now, which actually has opened up some more room in here, and making workflow be a little bit more comfortable and safer too, because you got a little more room. Blackbird says, you live in Colorado, so do you come across Californians moving to your state because they're tired of, there's a few people I know out there have said that's been happening, but not everything is true. Well, I can't speak for their reasoning why someone moves here, but there are a lot of people moving to this area. This is a military town. There are probably 4, maybe 5 military installations in our area. 4 at least. So there's a lot of military people, families moving in, but that's not all. I do see a lot of out-of-state plates from all around California. I mean, I wouldn't say it's just one area, but there's a lot of people coming into this area. And again, I don't know why. I don't know what their reason is, whether it's because they don't like their state, like you mentioned, or not. But there are a lot of people moving to this area. It's kind of booming, really, I would say. Cruising with MT, still in good shape. Mine is a mess. Yeah. Buck says, do you work full-time in the workshop? I do. Between here and my computer, that is what I do. Building stuff out here, doing videos, doing guitars, guitar repair, building and selling items, projects, that sort of thing. It's basically full-time is what I do. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, poor conservative says, don't feel bad. Cruising with MT, renovating my shop right now. It's a 500 square foot disaster area. Randy says, I'm 12, so I'm not that good, but your videos make me have more ideas on what to build. Randy, that's awesome. You're 12. That's fantastic, man. Don't ever stop. Keep going. You'll always learn. You'll always improve. That is so awesome. You were very inspiring. That is inspiring. Spent all night last night cleaning it. Yeah. Blackbird says, what's the worst wood you've worked with? Man, I just used one not too long ago that I thought I would never use again because it was a pain. What the heck was it? I can't remember. I don't remember what it was. It was not fun. Splintery. I don't know. Here's one I'm not that much of a fan of, but I use it. Plywood. I mean, unless you buy like the really expensive, Baltic birch, which is very excellent, at least the stuff that I've ever used. Any other plywood is not cool. But as far as the hardwoods and that sort of thing, I'm looking at my pile of wood that's over there. That's what I'm trying to see if there's anything in there. My least favorite wood. I don't know, really. MDF. I don't like MDFs, but I use it to make templates. It works awesome for templates. I think everything almost has some good use, even though it's a disaster to work with. Let's see. Cruising with MT, mine's a DIY type, but watching such people give good ideas to manage your stuff. Yeah. Awesome. Raphael, good to hear from you again. Hope all is well. All is well, my friend. I'm glad you are able to stop back in. Randy says, rotten wood or plywood? You hate them both. Yeah, rotten wood. Yeah, it's nasty. You can't do anything with it. It's rotten. I mean, unless you try to stabilize it with epoxy or CA glue or some of that stabilizer stuff. I've never done that. Buddy, what's up, buddy? How you doing? What was your previous employment? I spent 20 years working in a production, manufacturing, shipping, fulfillment company in part of here in Colorado Springs. I was not in charge, but kind of in charge of the manufacturing floor. Make sure the products get produced and everything goes through properly. Really. Manufacturing, packaging, paper goods, all kinds of stuff, really. Kind of a direct mail facility. A lot of shipping, building stuff, making things. Lots of pallets. I got a lot of pallet wood from there. Tuck says, strawberries like an acid soil to grow best. Put coffee grounds on the high side of the garden and lets them leach into the berries as it rains or gets watered. That's an awesome idea. I have coffee grounds every day. Why don't I dump them on the strawberries? Because they're not doing very good. Speaking of coffee, I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to probably put some good fertilizer of some sort on there this winter time. Once they die off in the fall, I'm probably going to get some kind of compost, some manure, something, and just kind of like load them up over the winter. Blackbird says, plywood is like spam meat. Just because it exists doesn't mean it's fit for everything or even most things. Oh, that's the best analogy of plywood I have ever heard. But I like spam sometimes. I guess it's like plywood. I like it sometimes. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks for putting that in there. Poor conservative. By the way, speaking of dust, I have a garbage can dust separator on my dust collector and a rolling dust deputy set up with my shop vac, and has cut dust in the shop by 90%. Yeah, dust collection, pretty much of any kind, makes a huge difference. I have a small, it's one of the Dust Right dust collectors wall-mounted deals that Rockler sells. Not sponsored, but I have this, and it works really well. It's a really small unit, has the bag. I didn't get the filter for it, though, the extra filter. So I'm going to have to look into getting that. But it works really well, and I also have a shop vac that I use, and I've also built a dust air filter that works really well. Also, there's a video on my channel. If you want to go back and look, I think it was last fall. I built this little dust filter from an old furnace filter. That thing, I run that anytime I'm doing something really dusty. If I'm not filming it, or even if I am filming it, like I'll turn it off, I'll film what I need to, and then while I finish sanding or whatever it is, then I will go back and I'll turn it back on, and it works really well. Blackbird says, what's the best and worst thing about your profession? The best thing is being able to do what I want to do, try things that I want to try. I'm kind of my own boss. Well, basically, I am my own boss. That part is awesome. There's a lot of flexibility. I can spend time with my family. I can spend more time with my daughter, help her with her things. That is something that when I was working, I couldn't do that very much because, especially during our busy seasons, I would have to work 7 days a week, 10, 12, sometimes more hours a day. I had no time to spend with her. I couldn't help her with her schoolwork. I couldn't help her with any other weekend activities. We didn't have time to spend doing things together, and that was that was difficult for me. And now I can. The hardest part, I would say, is also the fact that if something doesn't work out, it's my fault. Like all the weight is on me. It's not. I'm not. I don't report to anybody else. So that's kind of the downside. It's the good side. All the weight's on me. I can do my own thing. But it's also the downside to that I can. It's all on me. So you have to be able to balance that and be motivated. So. Oh man, you got. Oh, hold on here. I'm getting a bunch of messages. You guys losing signal? Yikes. Let me see if I can. I don't know why. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. I'm gonna open this door. May get a little more background noise, but hopefully that'll help get some more signal in there. I apologize, guys. Every time, it seems about a half hour in, I start having trouble. So let me know if that's any better. I could switch to the hotspot on my phone if I need to. Let me know. Hopefully that'll work better if we have to. But you guys keep letting me know. Thank you for saying that you're losing signal, because I don't know until you guys tell me. Charles says, came across your channel yesterday. Really cool. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And welcome to Homebuilt Workshop. Welcome to the channel. If you're interested, I sure would appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button if you didn't already. Poor Conservative says, I build guitars among other things, and the dust collection is mandatory with all the exotics. For sure. Yes. Oh man, this piece right here, this sassafras, it smells amazing when you're working it. It smells like I think the best way I can explain it would be black pepper and sawdust. It smells awesome, like a spicy, peppery smell. But man, if you even with dust collection, if you don't have a respirator on, whoo! Especially if you're running it through the drum sander, it's crazy. It's really, really strong. Oh, Scott, you're having trouble with fuzzy sound. Let me know if it's any better. I just moved some antennas and stuff on the router, so still working on this. I kind of think I'm gonna have to replace my routers with something better. I don't know. If you guys got any good suggestions, one thing I'm gonna let you know really quick, in case that influences your suggestion. I'm not wired directly to the shop. I have a Wi-Fi router in the house broadcasting the signal. I have a router out here in the shop that's picking up that signal, so it's a wireless bridge. And let me know your suggestions in the comments if you have something that you think would be more powerful than what I have. The routers I do have are fairly old, so there's a good chance that they're not up to speed. So let me know any suggestions. Gina, mine has been good. Connection, your signal, I'm guessing. Welcome. We're using the iPad today. It looks a little different on here, but I don't know if the video quality is good on your end. I will check it out when we're done. Blackbird says, if you were forced to stop being a full-time craftsman and form a band with guaranteed success no matter what, who would be in your fantasy supergroup? Oh my goodness. Wow. Are we talking, wow. Of a band with my local friends? Because I got some amazing musicians that I am actually currently in a band with, and if we could do that full time, it would be like a local supergroup. But let me think about this for a second. I could with guaranteed success. So it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter what people were in my group. If it's guaranteed success. Yeah, are we talking like big musicians maybe? Man, that's a tough one. Wow. I'm going to try to think of some people, some different musicians. I can't remember all of their names. Who would be in my fantasy supergroup? That is an awesome question. I think for the drummer, I can't remember his name, but the drummer from the band Atom Ship, I don't know if that band is even still around, but that drummer is amazing. If we're talking like big name people. Unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to, but Scott Weiland would have been an awesome person to be in a band with. Man. That you stumped me. You stumped me. You really did. That's an awesome question. But if I could form it with my local friends, I think I would go with most of the people I'm in a band with right now. Yeah, because they're amazing. They're amazing. Charlie just did. Awesome. Thank you, buddy. Randy says, do you have a website for merch? I do. If you go to homebuiltworkshop.com, I have a website on there. I have I have a few shirts left. I'm getting to where I need to get some more shirts. I have stickers and that sort of thing. Also have my other website is Haley Guitars, HAYLEY guitars.com, where I have my handmade guitars over there. But merch-wise, Homebuilt Workshop, I have that available on my Homebuilt Workshop website. Rick, what is up, buddy? Sorry, I missed that comment. What's up, man? How you been? Hope you're doing well. I'm trying to catch up with these comments and they scroll on past, so sorry about that. Blackbird says, in the oils. Oh yeah, I mentioned Purple Heart wood. Boy, does that get oily. Yes, it does. Man, I got some amazing pieces of Purple Heart. Some figured Purple Heart. Like, they're so awesome, I'm afraid to use them, so they keep sitting around. But I need to tear into them and do something like a flamed Purple Heart guitar top. How amazing would that be? I'm pretty sure I have some of that over there. It's got amazing figure in it. Poor Conservator says I have 11 routers, but they're all for woodworking. I have one right here. It doesn't help my signal. I don't have 11. I've got, I don't know, 3. I think I only have 3. Man, you got me beat. I need to get some more. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, you guys are great. Number 8, thumbs up, Rick. Woo, what's up, buddy? Oh, Zeppelin. Yeah, dude. That'd be some amazing people to be in a band with, huh? Blackbirds. Pork and Server says, Purple Heart can be oily, but nothing like rosewood, Paduke, and Indian. Well, ebonies. Oh yeah, rosewood is oily. I've got some rosewood right here somewhere. Where is that? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, look at that. Yeah, I like that grain. That's just cool. Like, it has this little curly thing in there. Some fretboards that I've got machined up for some future builds. It's rosewood. It still smells good too. Here's another one, since we're talking about wood. Ooh, I almost fell out of the stool. This one, Bocote. It smells awesome. It smells like pickles. Really, it smells like dill when you're working it. Doesn't really now. It smells like dill pickles. That's another one. Definitely want to wear a respirator even if you have dust collection going, because it smells really good, but it kind of gets a little powerful. All right, what are we missing here? What are we missing? Rick says, how big is your band trio 5? It is a 4-piece right now. It was a 5-piece, but one of our members moved probably a few months ago, 3 months ago, something like that. So we're down to a 4-piece, which I prefer a 4-piece, but for what? Just because, I don't know. I shouldn't say that. Please strike that from the record. It's easier with a 5-piece, and we are trying to do everything with a 4-piece now, and it's kind of been playing gigs for a little while because we're reworking a lot of our songs that we do, and it's kind of been holding us up. But yeah, right now we're a 4-piece, drum, bass, and our bass player is also the singer, and he's having to relearn a bunch of stuff because before we had a dedicated singer, and so now he's doing double duty, and I'm rhythm, and we have a lead guitarist. That's what we're doing. Pork and soda Paducah and Bloodwood smell like cinnamon. Ooh, I've got Bloodwood. I've got a piece around here. I was just looking at it. And I haven't sawed it up yet. So I'm looking forward to that now. Blackbird says, well, here's another hypothetical. If a company gave you any amount of money you'd ask for at any on the condition that you had to build your dream project. My dream project. Can it be my dream project? Oh man. My dream project would probably be Home Built Workshop. If I could build Home Built Workshop into what I would like it to be, that would be my dream. So, I don't think I've ever really explained fully what I would like Home Built Workshop to be. Hold on, this requires a drink of coffee first. First of all, do you guys want to hear what Home Built Workshop, what I want it to be in the future? And hopefully, my coffee's getting cold. And hopefully this answers your question, Blackbirds. So, the reason I called it Home Built Workshop instead of like Jeff's Woodworking or Jeff's something was because Home Built Workshop to me is more than just me building things in my shop. I want Home Built Workshop to be basically a maker space at some point. I want it to be a spot where people can come and use the tools and equipment. I want to have like this facility almost, really. But I want it to not just be woodworking. I want there to be like a metalworking shop, kind of a welding fabrication shop. I want there to be a space you can work on your car. I want it to be woodworking. I want there to be spots for learning classes, maybe even a small retail store front kind of thing. But I also want to have an area in there where I can set up a guitar factory, I guess. Basically where I can build my guitars, but I want to be able to have the machines, everything there set up and available, and not have to change every time I need to do a little tiny thing. Right now I work on this mostly on this table in front of me, but really overall I want to be able to have stations where I can start at the front with a guitar body blank and at the end have a guitar body. Same thing with the neck. I want to be able to have my routers and things kind of an assembly line somewhat of, but really I want it to be a space where I can have things set up. People can come, they can learn, they can build, they can grow. My family can spend time there and use the equipment and learn and build that way. My daughter can learn, use the equipment. I mean, she's got the tools available to her now, but she's not quite old enough where she can do a lot of it on her own. But I want her to, if she wants to do that thing in the future, it's all there. The sky's the limit with what you want to do. That's really what I want at some point. I want it to be kind of a maker space. I'm not a fan of that word maker space, really. I don't know why, but anyway, that's what I want. That would be my dream project overall, would be to build Home Built Workshop and Haley Guitars into its own facility. Does that count? Rick says, I'm a solo artist and that I'm still glitching. row. Randy says I'm still glitching. Oh man, sorry about that. I don't know what else to do. I don't know. Chad says, speaking of workshops, when are you going to build yourself a bigger one? Well, my friend, that would be a fantastic question if I had if I had the answer. I need some space. I need a little piece of ground. I need somewhere to be able to do it. This is a temporary place for me, and I need a spot where I can build one. Really, I don't own this ground right here, so I can't do much. My hands are kind of tied. But soon, I hope. I'm trying to get some things in the works. I don't want to rent a shop, a separate shop, if I don't have to. I'd rather build a small one, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's a challenge that I'm trying to work through right now. So I don't know. Rick, set it up like Amazon. What are we setting up? Did I miss something? You setting up like my shop? You talking about like Amazon? I need a little clarification there, dude. Randy says that's kind of what my shop is. I have a ATV dirt bike spot, a car spot, a Middlebrook spot, an Orangeburg. Yes, you got the perfect setup. That's awesome. Oh yeah, Rick, your shop. Yes, yep. That's what I want to do. The problem is I don't have the space at the moment for it. If I could find a warehouse, a building, something nearby. I've got an eye on a couple spots, but I have 0 leads. I can't even figure out who owns it. But I don't know if it's available for rent. So if anybody around the Colorado Springs eastern area, eastern edge of Colorado Springs into the Falcon, Peyton area, any guys watching, got any leads on any buildings, hit me up. Send me an email, homebuiltshop@gmail.com, or just leave a message and DM me on here. And there's one nearby. Don't see any activity on, but I want to know what's going on with it. Anyway, Brian, what's up, dude? How's it going? Pork and Sud with the next Izzy Swan. Man, I thank you for even throwing that comparison out there. I'm nowhere near that level, but I definitely sure do appreciate that. Izzy is the man. But yeah, the same kind of thing he's got going on, or the same kind of thing that Jimmy Dresta's doing with his barn on his property. That thing is awesome. Something like that would be awesome. Rick says, well, I'm in Cottonwood, California. Count me out. Can't help you. Oh, sorry, dude. It's all good. It's all good. You are helping me out just by stopping in and hanging out. So I was gonna do like a quick little project. Not really even a project. I got this little thing that's supposed to hang like a bird feeder. Whoops. I was gonna sand it and refinish it. This is wood. It's all cracked and stuff, but I didn't grab any of the stuff to do that here. I got to seal the crack. I didn't grab the CA glue, so that's just gonna have to sit. I guess I could sand it while we're talking, but I'm having fun right now. I don't want to mess with that. Having fun with that. Randy says, can't help with the building. I'm in BC. BC. British Columbia? Right? Gina says it's a cedar hang. Is it cedar? Really? I'll do it when we're done. I'm having too much fun now. Got some good questions and stuff here. You guys got my brain rolling. Now I want to go like build a building really quick and like start this whole thing, and I'm just like fired up. This little thing can wait. Doesn't smell like cedar. We'll get it done. It won't take very long. Yeah, Randy. Randy, British Columbia. Rick's laughing at me. What, because I'm all fired? I'm excited, dude. When I start thinking about, or start talking about kind of what I aspire to do, like the scope of what I want to do, I get really, really excited and like really passionate about it. And I got to figure out how to do it. Got to figure out how to make it happen, because it's been in a works for several years. I've been wanting to do that. I've got lists of things that I would offer, classes and different things, and I just need a building. Randy says you need employees for the dream shop. I would. I would need employees. I think at least a couple, because I would want it to be open, decent hours, because not everybody can come. If you're open like a 9 to 5, well, some people can only come early in the morning. Some people can only come late at night. So I want to be open like 6 to 10 or something like that. So you can cover a bunch of people. And obviously, I don't really know because I'm not doing it right now. But yeah, that's what I want to do. So it wouldn't need employees. And a Dunkin' Donuts nearby. Ooh, maybe we should put a Dunkin' Donuts in there too. Gina says we need a pile of money. Yes. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Rick's. Oh, wait. Yeah. Well, Rick's talking to Randy. My grandpa was from Canada, Vancouver. Oh, cool. OB says, hey, I thought about something. What if we bought some acreage and built a shop? Interested? Something. Well, see, that's something that let's take it offline. But yes, honestly that's what needs to happen. It needs to be, instead of trying to rent a facility, it needs to be something owned. Yeah. No, you're good, dude. You're good. No need to apologize. Yeah. Randy is going. Oh, wait, Randy's going to Vancouver. Randy's going to Vancouver next week. Oh, 2 weeks. Cool. Vancouver. I'm not familiar. I have to look it up. Where's Vancouver? Is that on the west? Is that western? British Columbia's western, right? I'm bad with some of that. The only really areas of Canada that I'm familiar with are the eastern ends, where Niagara Falls, Thousand Islands, Toronto. I've been to there. I've been to Niagara Falls quite a lot. I used to live only a couple hours south from there, down in Pennsylvania. And you could drive up. It would be like an awesome weekend trip. We used to do that fairly often. When you didn't have to have a passport or anything. You could just drive over there. We would stay on the Canadian side of Thousand Island, or Niagara Falls. Been to Toronto a few times, and Thousand Islands area. That's awesome up there. We used to take the boat. There was I don't know if it was a ferry or if it was just a boat ride. It would go up the river and go through a lot of the area over there, and it was awesome. I always enjoyed that. But I haven't been in any of the western sides. So that's why I'm asking, because I like to learn where you guys are, and I learn more about different parts of the world. So it's west. Brian, it's above Washington. Oh, so it's all the way to the west. Okay. Randy, you're northwest. Okay. Blackbird says, if I ever worked with fiberglass, it's pretty cool, really. So I grew up, my dad has owned and operated an auto body sandblasting painting shop since before I was born. He still runs it now. And so I grew up in an auto body area where fiberglass gets used a lot. And it's really fun to work with. It's pretty cool that you can slop on the resin, and then you lay in the fiberglass mat, and you can smear some more resin over top, and it hardens up. And it's so hard when it hardens up. Wear a respirator when you're working it. Those little fibers, man, they can get all over the place. But fiberglass is actually a really cool thing to work with. It reminds me a lot of epoxy. Now a lot of people use epoxy, not in auto body necessarily, but I mean just kind of in like maybe our realm of woodworking and all that sort of thing, where you've got a resin, and if you've seen people where they put the fabric underneath the resin, it reminds me a lot of fiberglass. Fiberglass is pretty cool, and now that you mention that, I kind of want to work some of that in. It might be kind of cool to a project. So thanks for mentioning that. So it's kind of, I'm going to just tick that away in the back of my brain and try to work something in there. It'd be kind of fun. I haven't done anything in a long time with fiberglass, but just a warning, like I said, wear a mask. That you don't want to breathe in that dust, especially if you're sanding or filing. It's nasty stuff. Scott says there's always Vancouver, Washington, just north of Portland. Yeah. Oops. Sorry, I got my phone up there and didn't have notifications off. Brian says, oh, yeah, it's just talking about that above Washington. Chad says, I'm in North Carolina, but I'm from... wait, I shouldn't say that. Is it North Carolina that we're talking about? NC? But you're from the West. I don't want to assume. I'm trying to not... I don't want to assume that NC is North Carolina. Okay. Good. Yes, it is. And I'm getting reports that the signal is getting glitchy again. So again, I apologize for that. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to do with that. I need those router suggestions, not the woodworking routers. Blackbird says, am I interested in automotive racing? I am 100% interested in any type of racing. Well, motorsports. How about that? Any kind of motorized racing, I like. Actually, now that you mention that, we have the brands. Let me slow down. The guitars that I build them under the name Haley Guitars. Haley Guitars is a sponsor for a local racing team, the 4D Moon Racing Team. They are here, a local Colorado Springs team. They run dirt, a lot of the local dirt tracks. It is I don't have any pictures around here right now. But yes, we are a sponsor on their car. Got Haley Guitars on the car. It's really awesome. And they're actually doing pretty well this year. So right on, 4D Moon team. Just took the feature win, I believe, last week out at the El Paso County Speedway. But yes, I love racing. I love loud engines. I love race gas and all that sort of thing. Race anything. Here's what I want to do. I want to build a racing lawnmower. How about a home built workshop racing lawnmower, and we'll go race the local Colorado circuit. Anybody wants to hook up with that, I'll do it. Let's do it. I love any kind of racing. It's cool. Brian says, yeah, and cover your skin too. Yes, on the fiberglass. True that. Do it. Randy says, start motocross. I'd break something. Growing up, well, even up into my 20s, really. I'm older than 20, but I always had dirt bikes. I had dirt bikes. You know, there was always four-wheelers and stuff around. I grew up riding bikes, BMX, that sort of thing, and then graduated to dirt bikes, and always had dirt bikes around. I lived not far from a kind of a homegrown dirt bike track, motocross track. Spent a lot of time riding around local trails where I grew up. There's trails, man. They're everywhere, and you can ride for miles and miles, and from town to town. You could hop on your dirt bike, hit the trails through the woods, ride a few towns over, and it was so awesome. And yeah, I love dirt bikes. I really would like to, and I need to get one. I haven't had one in a lot of years. The problem where I live now with a dirt bike is, unless you get a dual sport, there's not a whole lot. There's not really any trail riding around here that I'm aware of. I mean, it's all there's no open land. You know what I mean? You'd have to take it to the mountains. And to me, this is just my opinion. A lot of people around here are completely fine loading up their dirt bikes, snowmobiles in the wintertime, the razors, the side-by-sides, all that sort of thing, and taking it to the mountains. For me, I have zero interest in owning something as cool as a dirt bike and all that stuff, but not being able to ride it unless I make a trip to the mountains. To me, that's silly. I would never do that. Well, I shouldn't say never. Never say never. I wouldn't. It just doesn't sound fun to load up a four-wheeler and take it to the mountains. Once you're there, yeah, it'd be a blast. But you have to plan a whole trip just to go ride your dirt bike. Yeah. But if you had a dual sport, you could just ride it up there, and that'd be different. But that's just my 2 cents, my opinion. I'm not saying if you do that, that's cool. It's just not for me. Blackbird says, let's set up a GoFundMe for that race car project. Let's do it. Where are you at? Are you located around here? That would be awesome. There's one for sale a couple miles up the road from me. Dirt bike. I mean, not a dirt bike, a race car. That'd be pretty awesome. Poor Conservative says drag strip. Yeah. Start a drag strip. We can start anything. Whatever we want to start, we can do it. This is great. This is great. You guys are awesome. We were talking about got some good stuff going on here. Randy says I just ride all day. Used to do that. Well, if I wasn't working, a lot of times I'd be just out riding, trail riding with some buddies. Man, it was awesome. Randy says, what about track riding? Yeah, like I mentioned, we used to have a kind of just a backyard motocross track, and I was never great at like jumps and that sort of thing. I could do it. I wouldn't, but I couldn't. I wouldn't just launch because I don't know. I never felt all that comfortable. I don't like crashing, and it hurts. But yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoyed it. I'm not against it at all. Chad says I had a DR 350S. I used to ride when I lived in the mountains in California. Yeah, if you live there and you've got the room around it, absolutely. That's like me. They're there. There's tons of space, but it's at least 45 minutes away, maybe an hour, to where it's just open land, public forest land and all that sort of thing, and it's tough. It's really tough. Blackbird says I live in Ohio, so it doesn't have the motorsports following that the South has, but we do have drag races. I was a fan of NASCAR, but I miss when the race cars used to be just souped up muscle cars. Yeah, I'm still a fan of NASCAR. I'm not going to lie, it has changed in the last few years. Some things I think are a little better, but I don't know. It's your opinion on that. But there has been some changes, and especially the thing I don't like is now that they change networks, broadcast, like the TV networks, you can't hardly watch any of them. I don't have cable, I don't have satellite, any of that sort of thing. All I have is, bare minimum over-the-air TV. So really, I don't get to watch any of the racing too much. And yeah, I still enjoy it when I get to watch them. I mean, but I'm not diehard fan. A lot of the people that I enjoyed rooting for, they don't race anymore. So, there's a couple of people that I like to watch in there, but overall, I don't know. I still like it though. Blackbirds, I'm back to your set up a GoFundMe. How would that work? What would that do? If you set up a GoFundMe to fund a race car or a... I'm just thinking about that. I'm gonna have to do some research on that. Brian says, fact, crashing hurts. LOL. Yes, it does. Oh, Chad's, your bike was a dual sport, rode to work. Yeah, see, something like that would be awesome. You just ride it to work. Maybe after work you could go hit some trails. And you know what? So as I was finishing up high school and, kind of growing up around those years, like I worked on a farm. And, basically, as far as I'm concerned, that's where I grew up. I mean, I learned so much on the farm when I was there. But it wasn't far, and it was in the country, so I used to just ride my dirt bike to work. And especially in the summertime, other than the wintertime. I think I did that once, though, and it was freezing. But I used to ride it to work, and after work or at lunch break, because we got a little while, sometimes we did anyway, if we weren't busy with field work. But I would just go and I'd just hit some of the farm lanes and we'd just be riding around and, spending some time even after work. Instead of just going straight home, sometimes I'd take the trails home, and it was really awesome just to be able to do that. So it was definitely cool. Randy says I have a CR85 and a CR50 pit bike, so you ride with your friends all the time at the Blackwater motocross track. Cool. I never rode the pit bike. Pit bike, they look kind of fun. I've ridden an 85 though. Actually, yeah. I'm trying to think what it was. A friend of mine had one at one time. And yeah, it was a pretty cool bike. Maybe it was a 125. I can't remember now, honestly. I think it was a 125. Blackbird says, absolutely, the chances are that an accessible TV channel is airing a NASCAR race is like one for every 5 races aired on some random pay-for-cake. Yes! Why? They start at the beginning of the year on Fox, and of course I'm not promoting anybody. You never know, I don't want you guys to mistake anything, but it starts on Fox, and I can watch them for the first, 2 months or something like that. And then they switch to, I don't know, Fox Sports, and you have to be a cable provider. And then it switches to NBC, and then it goes to NBC Sports, and it stays on that, and it's silly. Like, how are people supposed to watch it if you're always switching things around? And then, you don't get to... don't get me started. Wait, you already did. It's so annoying. Like, I don't want to pay for cable. I don't watch TV anyway. Holy cow. We are over an hour, guys. Can you believe that? That's awesome. That is awesome. And I will stay. Typically, I like to keep these somewhere around an hour. But if you guys, if we're still chatting, I am not worried about the time. So if you guys want to keep hanging out, that sort of thing. Loud truck, sorry. I got the door open, trying to get the signal. We'll wait. Okay, that's better. All right, Randy says, if you could do any sport, what would you do? Honestly, if I could do any sport, it would be racing. I would drive. I would be a driver. I would drive a race car. Yeah. I don't play like baseball, football, any of that stuff. You know, I'm not interested in any of that. But yeah, I would drive something. I would race something. If I could do anything, that's what I would do. If it was in a sport, I'd be driving. I'd be a driver of some sort. NASCAR would be awesome. I would drive NASCAR. You know, we'll moan and groan about the channels that they broadcast it on, but you know what? You put me in a car, I would do it. I feel like I could. I mean, obviously, I've never done it. I know I could wheel a smaller car around for sure. But that's what I would do. So if anybody needs a driver for a car, even if it's just once, I'll do it. Let me know. I'm not scared. I want to drive a car really bad. I want to race. I need to get into that somehow. Pork and Server says, keep chatting. I'm making corned beef hash. Woo! Corned beef hash. I haven't had that in years. Wait. Did you tell me earlier where you're from? I don't know. That's way up there. Corned beef hash. Yep, haven't had that. Seems as though, do some people make spicy corned beef hash? Like peppers, hot peppers or something in there? Because that sounds like it'd be interesting. Probably not traditional, but I'd be down to try that. I like spicy stuff. Do you guys like spicy food? Blackbird says, what would be your dream race car? Whoa, man, you got good ones coming. My dream race car? A lot of people would probably go with like some of the supercars. You know, like the McLaren and all that sort of thing. Pre-existing. Oh, okay. Pre-existing, Shelby Cobra. Hands down, Shelby Cobra. I don't care what else is out there. I want my 427 Cobra. Yep. Someday, I want to have a Cobra. I don't care if it's a replica. I want my Shelby. It's like my favoriteest car ever. Definitely not a daily driver, unless you get the hardtop one, but I always thought the hardtop one looks cool. And I don't like convertibles. Did I just say that out loud? But a Shelby Cobra needs no top. I'll take it. That's it. That's my answer. Yours would be the Ford Torino Talladega. Oh, yeah. Randy says Dodge Charger Daytona. Oh, man, yeah. Yep. Mr. Doughboy's here. Hello, everyone. What is going on? Welcome. We're running pretty long on here, but that's okay because we are just in on the conversations like it's fun. We're having a good old time here. Blackbird says, if I could build my own and build one that's a fusion of a Dodge. Hold on here, my comments are fading away. Fusion of a Dodge Charger Daytona and a SR71 Blackbird. That would be interesting. What year do you have? What year Nova? I really want a 68 to 70. That would be, if I could get one. That'd be one of them. Right in that range, that body style. Although I do like the body style before that. I can't remember what year they changed though. Was it 66? Was that the last year of the other body style? And then they changed in 67? Maybe it was 78. I don't know, something like that. Oh yeah, so you got a 74. So I think yes, that's the same, roughly the same body style as the like 69, 70. I think. Nice, cool. What motors you got in it? Brian says I don't like convertibles either. My dream car is a 67 Shelby, Mustang. Right? And Randy says it seems like it's only the four of us watching. Yeah, it is. Like I think I think we've gone a little long, and a lot of people have dropped off, but that's cool. That's cool. I'm okay with that. I'm not worried. If we're hanging out, I don't care. If we're having a good time, if you guys are having a good time, I don't care if it's one of you guys. If we're able to hang out, spend some time, just hanging out with each other, I'm cool with it. I'm not worried if it's only a few of us watching. It's not for the numbers. I mean, if a lot of people are, it's awesome too, but I don't care. Mr. Doughboy, yeah, 68 to 74, same body. Yes. Okay, so is it 67 that is the little bit squarer body, or is it 66? For some reason I was thinking 66, but the 67 in earlier is that little bit squarer one, like the Nova. I want to say Nova 2, but I don't think that's right. I like that style too. I used to have a buddy who had one that was done up really nice, and it was pretty cool. With a 350 is what you got in yours. Nice. Blackbird says hardtops are the best. Fastback style. Oh, I like the fastback Mustang style. Yeah. Chad says I'm listening but working at my office right now. Yeah, that's cool. Awesome. You don't have to be all up in the comments. I just appreciate you guys hanging out and chatting and at least hanging in with us. I appreciate it, Chad. Thank you. Poor conservative. Oh, Mopar guy. Nothing wrong with that. I like Challengers, Chargers, that sort of thing. I had a buddy who had a Dodge Dart, which was pretty cool. Randy says, I love my mom's 88 F350 460. Woo! Big ol' 460. Yeah. Mr. Dobe, I have a video of my restoration progress. Oh, I gotta check that out. If you are able to, Mr. Doughboy, post a link in the comments to your channel or your page. Go ahead and post it down there. That'd be cool. That way I can easily find it again, and if anybody else wants to check it out, check it out. X-Tree 72 67 L88 Vet. Nice. Randy Hemi and Power Stroke. Poor conservative Chevy 2. Cool. Mr. Doughboy says 65 to 67, same as Chevy 2. Okay, yeah. So that's the style I'm thinking of. Like it's a little bit smaller, a little more square. Steven says, well, that's Paul guy myself. Yeah, yeah. Somehow we strayed big time. That's okay. We strayed off of woodworking and tools, and now we're talking about cars and jobs, and it's awesome. It's awesome. Blackbird says if there were several hundred people watching, you'd be overwhelmed with comments, and you'd be more likely to have jurors in the chat. This chat is positivity. Yeah, you're right. It is. It's completely positive, and you guys are awesome. And you're right. There would be people. If it's loaded full, it gets hard to manage. It really does. There's a ton of interactions, which is cool, but if the comments are zooming in, we can't quite get that that personal feel. And there are people get in there and get mad. I've had people get kind of just upset, really bothered because I'm not building something. And even though I explain that I just want to hang out, I want to get to know you guys, just hang out and that sort of thing, and they don't like that sometimes, but that's okay. That's okay. Yes, so this one is positive. I love it. It's awesome. Yeah, which is seldom encountered on the internet. Yes. Randy says I'm watching that video later. Yes, so am I. The hairy dude says I don't know much about American cars. I tend to stick to Holdens and Valiants. Ooh, I'm guessing you are in Australia. That's just a guess. Rick, right on, buddy. Rick's got to go. Thanks for stopping in, dude, and hanging out for a while. It was awesome. And hopefully we'll check you next time. I will be doing this again on YouTube in 2 weeks. I'm going to change it to Wednesdays. 2 weeks from today, YouTube. Next Wednesday, I'm going to do a live stream on Facebook. So I'm going to be flip-flopping. So YouTube this week, Facebook next week, 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks right now. So if you guys, just a side note, if you guys want to see when the live stream is going to be, go to the Home Built Workshop Facebook page and click on the events tab, and you can see. I'm gonna go in and update the schedule on there, and so you guys can hang out. If you want to hang out on Facebook Live, you can. If you want to can hang out. If you want to hang out on Facebook Live, you can. If you want to stick to YouTube, I'm okay either way. But I want you guys to know where you can find the schedule, kind of, and what's going on. Randy says the chat went from shops, racing, dirt bikes, cars. Yeah, and that's awesome. And that's exactly what I envision for these live streams. Really, it's us hanging out. It's, a couple buddies hanging out on the porch having a frosty beverage together. What are you going to talk about? I mean, you can talk about, cars, guitars, whatever. And that's exactly what I want. This is the kind of thing that I want. That I want this to be. I want it to be very free form. Not me. I'm not promoting one particular thing. I don't have an agenda for what we're going to do on the live stream. There's a couple of shout outs and things that I want to get in there sometimes, but overall, this is exactly what I want it to be. So make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Chad says, I finished my 3rd telly body the other day and have it up on Etsy now. Started my 4th. Oh, cool, dude. I got to check that out. I got to go up on Etsy. If you can, post a link in the comments. You guys are welcome. If you want to share something, post a link in the comment. I'm not going to get bent out of shape or anything. If you're trying to promote anything in there, I'm totally cool with it. So go ahead and link to it. Blackbird says, do you watch Top Gear? I don't. I've never seen Top Gear. Not one episode. And I don't say that as a negative. I don't watch TV. I mean, I watch some stuff on YouTube, and that's about it. That's about all I watch. I don't watch TV. Like I mentioned earlier, I don't have cable, I don't have satellite or anything like that, so I don't have all those channels to choose from. And, there are some shows on there that I would probably watch if I had them, but I don't want to pay for them, honestly. That's the bottom line. Harry Dude says, yeah, I guess correct. Holden is Australia's GM. Yep. And Valiant was Chrysler. Yeah. Yep. I'm familiar with the Holdens and Valiant. Actually, Valiant kind of throws me off because Valiant, Plymouth made a Valiant, a car, and so when I see Valiant, sometimes I'm thrown off. I'm thinking you're talking about the Plymouth car, not the brand. So that one throws me off. But Holden, I know that one. So Harry, dude, I don't know a whole lot about it, but I'm familiar with the burnout competitions and stuff that Australia has, which sounds really awesome. And, instead of the racing and all that, I guess that's a big thing. You build up a big, powerful car, and you do burnouts to see. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sorry if I get this mixed up. To see who makes the biggest smoke clouds and all that sort of thing. That sounds really awesome. Oh, Doughboy says, did it show up? No link. Only a moderator can post a link. Oh. Okay, hang on. Doughboy? Post your link, buddy. Whoa. Hold on. Something's going on here. I'm making a mess. Post your link right now. I just allowed you to post the link. I don't know if it'll work, but post away. There you go, buddy. I see it. Okay. I'm not going to leave that on there, but you can leave the link. Okay, I'm learning. Chad, you don't have a link. It's under Cab Guitars. Okay. There we go. Did everybody get Doughboy's link? I hope. I see it. Chad doesn't have a link, but it's under Cab Guitars, C-A-B Guitars. So go check it out. Go check out Chad's work. Blackbird says, would ever watch or participate in the Le Mans or Formula One in Europe if I had the opportunity? Absolutely. If I had the opportunity, I would, totally. I just need the opportunity. There's a ton of stuff I would do were I given the opportunity. If someone said, hey, you want to come drive my car and do a burnout competition or something, yeah, I'll do it. Absolutely. Harry Dude says, yes, a good friend of mine does burnout competitions, counts are judged on the amount of smoke, spins. Oh, how fast you pop your tires. Oh, wow. So like I see a lot of people, doing donuts and that sort of thing. So that's part of it. That's awesome. And how fast your tires go out. So do a lot of people start out with worn out tires so they go quick? I don't know. Huh. You wouldn't be able to get as much smoke that way though. Huh. So there's a method to it. That is so cool. Burnout competition. And we used to do that. That's actually a thing. We used to do that just for fun. Doughboy says the car has 49,000 original miles, sat in a barn since '83. Oh man, that's cool. Randy, that burnout thing sounds sick. Dude, you have got to check it out. I don't know what the technical name is. Maybe Harry Dude can help clarify that. But the burnout competition, Australian burnout competitions, it is so cool. I mean, these cars are amazing. Huge, huge motors just to do big burnouts. It's awesome. You've got to look it up. It is so cool to watch. Sorry, I need a drink here. I'm out of coffee. Harry Dude says the top competitors start with brand new tires, and some guys even have sponsor for tires. Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine there'd be sponsor opportunities for tires and all that sort of thing. Yeah, absolutely. So Randy, you gotta look at it. You gotta check it out. You're gonna go down a YouTube wormhole. I got a mess on this table in front of me. Ah. All right. Well, guys, I think we're coming up on almost an hour and a half. I feel like we need to start winding this down. I need to wrap this up, and I got to get on to some other stuff. As cool as this is, we will continue it. We will continue it. Oh, Randy says he's getting bad service again. Yeah, let's wind this one down. We'll wrap it up. I want to say thank you to you guys. This is awesome. I think this is right up there with number one, the most fun that I've had on a live stream. Again, I'm doing every 2 weeks live stream. So YouTube, 2 weeks from now, another YouTube, and then in between, I'm going to do Facebook. Head on over to the Homeboat Workshop Facebook page. Hit the events tab if you use Facebook. If you don't, you don't have to. But I'm going to have these events scheduled out there. Also. Yeah, make sure if you're not already, hit the subscribe to the YouTube channel, and let everybody know where you get to go and hang out with a bunch of cool people from all over the world, where we just hang out and talk shop, woodworking, cars, guitars, dirt bikes, burnouts, you name it, everything in one episode. So awesome, and nobody is mad at each other. No one's mad at each other. Everybody's cool, hanging out, getting along. It's so cool. And yeah, but anyway, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. We will see you guys in 2 weeks. In the meantime, head on over to my website, homeboatworkshop.com. Check it all. Get over there, see what's going on. And Blackbird says, court adjourned. All parties will resume court at the date of the host's wishes. Live long and prosper. Cars, guitars, bikes, and racing. Occasional tools. Poor conservative. Yes. Court adjourned, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. I need a gavel. Hold on. We're going to adjourn it properly. Does that count as a gavel? Thanks a lot, guys. We will see you in 2 weeks on YouTube. We'll see you next week on Facebook if you want to. Until next time, thanks a lot for watching. How do I end this thing?